Hi there, I think this is part 4, and this will be my little golden book collection with Disney. I don't, I just have a smaller box of them. I may have some of the smaller size too of little golden books, but I haven't really showed those. You know how they have the smaller and the mini ones. I just thought I'd show my Walt Disney collection. Um, I think the first one, the D1, was through the picture frame, and then D2 was the cold-blooded penguin. Wow. And then here is D3. I'm going to turn off my heater a minute. Okay, I turned off my heater. So I have, the first one that I have is D3, and it is, it's like right there. Dumbo, 42 pages, 1947. It looks like this is a, I don't know if this is, oops, I don't know why it says the 41, 47. Well, this is the one that I have, Dumbo. It's probably a newer one, but that's Dumbo. It would have been D3. And then I do have this newer copy. This is a newer one. I don't see the new date here. 2004, I believe. And I have made a couple journals with Dumbo before, or at least one I know. Okay, then D4 would have been Snow White. I have a newer copy, I believe. Yeah. And it would have kind of looked like this on the cover. A little different. It would have had trees in the background. It would have been D4, and it would have been 1948. Let's see what my copy is. 1948, 1937. I think this is a newer version, of course. Yeah, it's the, yeah, because it's got a barcode. But anyway, I have a newer version of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. The next one that I have is D5, Peter and the Wolf. It's quite old. (1946-47). So I believe this is the 1947 copy. With that back. Then there was a Bambi D7. I do not have that, or if I did, I made a journal of it. Then there were others. I don't have like a whole lot of these, but the next one that I would have, I believe, would be Walt Disney's Uncle Remus. This was D6. And this looks quite old. It's an older looking cover. It's got some writing. And 1946, 1947. What's it writing here? But that's got that cool old back cover. And then I have a newer version of D16, the Santa's Toy Workshop, and it would have looked a little different than this, but somewhat like this. Might have had different coloring, but it would look a little like this. I have the new version, which originally it would have been 1950. Mine's newer. A newer copy. Okay, then I have a couple Alice in Wonderland Meets the White Rabbit, and 1951 it would have been D19. it would have looked somewhat like this. Mine is newer. It would have been 1951. And I have 2 of those. Then the next I have is Peter Pan and Wendy. The old one would have been D24, 1952, with 28 pages. Mine is 1969, 69th, or 6, let's see, what does it say? 7th printing, 1969. That's that one. And at first they had the lettering starting with D, and then later they had just numbers, which was very confusing and I think a little bit out of order, but I'm just going to show you what I have. If you had the old one, it would have been D40. It would have looked something like this cover, 1954. And this is a 1975 copy that I have. I have 2 of those. A little different. And I know I've done a journal with this. I think mine, it seems like it had a blue cover, blue background. And this is Mother Goose. And the older one would have been D51, 1952. Mine is newer. And mine is, I don't see. I don't know why they don't put the new date on here. But anyway, yeah, I think I've done this. Yeah, I have done this journal before, or made this book into a journal before. Fun. And there's a lot I don't have. I'll just show you what I do have. I have 2 Zorros. I have D, well, the older one would have been D68, which is this one here. So I believe I have the original. It would be 1958. And I do have this one. So this is the original. You can see kind of yellowing on the edges. And then I have Zorro and the Secret Plan, D77 in 1958. And this is the old one. I do have the old copy. Excuse me. And then I have the newer one of this. It was Walt Disney's The Lucky Puppy. And then I think the title was The 101 Dalmatians, but it did have kind of a cover like this, and it would have been D90 in 1960. I have the, a newer version, 2017, or 2017 is the one I have. I have an older, The Sword and the Stone. The old one was D106, which I have, 1963, with 24 pages. I have the older Thumper, D119, 1942. This is the older one, older copy, cute. Wish I haven't been colored on. Isn't that pretty? So cute. So there are some black and white pictures and color. We've got, let's see, wait, I thought, I just did the Thumper, right? I don't think this comes next. I think Jungle Book did, but I thought I had Jungle Book, but no, I'm not seeing it. Hold on. And now I've got Jungle Book D120 and 1967 copy here is what I have. And then we have Bambi and the Forest D132, which I have 1975. Bambi. I've already taken this apart. 1975. Isn't that cute? Look at the colors. Beautiful book. Some of the pages are, well, they're all out, but it's pretty. Bambi, Friends of the Forest. I have The Rescuers, D136, which I have 1977. I have Beauty and the Beast. Different copies of this. 1991 would have been 10465, and this is where they start new numbering. So now they're kind of just in alphabetical order. But I did, according to kind of what the page looked like, the book looked like cover, in alphabetical order. So I have Beauty and the Beast, 1991. And well, this should have come first. I'm sorry. Alice in Wonderland would have been first. It would have looked similar. Oh, this is the one, 10577. So this is the first one with the new numbering. And then it would have been Bambi. And then it would have been Beauty and the Beast. So, yeah, it's a little more confusing because it's more like alphabetical. And I have a newer copy of this. The older version would have been 10641 in 1984. But I have the newer one. Yeah, so some of this is a little confusing. So, and then I have some that are newer. So I don't know if I should I'm probably going to just put them back into alphabetical order. But they have newer covers, and I have some newer books. Cinderella would have looked similar to this, and it would have been 10357. And this is alphabetical, 1986. Then we have Cowboy Mickey with C, and it would have been 160-63, which I have. $19.90. We have Lady and the Tramp. Got a couple of those. 10558 in 1954. So there are different editions. Printing this one 1990. So I have the newer 1990. I've done a journal of this, I believe, before. Then we have The Little Mermaid. And the older one would have been 10585. There was different ones that came out around this time. Different covers, and don't really see a year on this. Little Mermaid. Then, of course, there's Peter Pan. I have different ones of that. Peter Pan. This is this 104? This is 104. Oh, it's hard to see. 68. I think it was 104.60 in 1989. This is 1989. So there's probably quite a few of the editions of this Peter Pan. Then there's Pinocchio. 104.52. I have 104.69. So that means it came out a little bit later. 1990. The original would have been 1948. 104.52. 104-52. So yes, I have a lot of little golden books. Then Snow White, we have in 1984 it would have been 103-58, and that is on here, but this looks like it's newer because it has a barcode. So my copy is 1984 for this one. I have a couple copies of Snow White in the Seven Dwarfs, and then, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, did not mean to knock that over. I'm just going to show you the rest of what I have that are like maybe newer. Okay, let me do it. This Jungle Book I have. And I could make these into journals too. I mean, there's a Roman numeral on that one. So that's a different version, different cover of Jungle Book. I might just put that in with the J's though, alphabetical. Then we have a couple copies of Frozen, newer, Disney Frozen. I have Little Golden Book, Disney's Pooh's Grand Adventure, The Search for Christopher Robin. This one I have is 1997. Very colorful. Cute book. I have, and this is no order. This is just, these are later versions of Disney. We've got Chicken Little. 2005. I have several of The Lion King. I think I have different covers. Lion King, and yeah, this is a newer version. This particular one, these are newer. I have this Peter Pan, very pretty colorful cover. So this is a different Peter Pan that I have. I have 2007. I think the original was 1952. But I did have another Peter Pan. This has a different cover. We have the Three Little Pigs, and there was a early edition of this one, but I didn't have the same cover. And this one is 1980, which still, you know, these are still older. Three Little Pigs. And there's 101 Dalmatians. This one's 1991. There was a 1988. Just a couple more. I have Aladdin. 1992. I have Sleeping Beauty. This is 1997. And then I have this newer one, Sleeping Beauty. 1990, well, 2004 is my copy. And then the last that I have is Walt Disney's Cinderella. And I do have, like, what do you call those little elf books and, you know, the smaller books, Rand McNally. Like, here's one little, you know, like the junior elf books. I could maybe show that collection too at some point. The old and cute. At some point. But this is my last one that I have with the Disney Cinderella. This is real new. The spine hasn't been broken yet. It's 2005. And then I have different copies. So 3 of those. So I should probably sell some or make some journals. I have, yeah, like my friend said, I think I have a lifetime of little golden books. I have lots of different books, lots of different journals I like to make and want to make. But I thought I'd show you my collection. And thanks for watching. You have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.